Set up the first of two goals there, or one of the goals there from Kobe coming. Going back through the corridor, going on his left foot. So he's good on both sides of the body, which is handy, but we need to see more of that. And he's one of the premier players in this competition. I think he's one of the academy boys as well, the under-17s program. So,
that's right.
So we know he can play. We know there's a few of them out there. I think there's quite a few academy players who are lining up for the respective sides. It's great that we're able to see them here on the big stage of grand final football.
No, definitely right. There's probably 8 or 9 presenting both these sides, and being the best two sides in the competition, that doesn't surprise me one bit for this Colts group.
Absolutely shows the depth of and growth of football here on the Gold Coast, and that's where this Colts grand final is taking place today. As the rucks go up, comes out here to Broadbeach through Rogers. 1-2 links with his opponent there, and Reynolds, right foot kick up towards half forward. It's looking a little bit promising. Great defensive work there from O'Brien. Handball back out now to Rogers there for a Broadbeach. Kick along the boundary line. Munro seen plenty of it, and he's done some great things with it as well. Finds his teammate here in Jackson Denny. Inside the forward 50 there. Good defensive work there by the Tigers. Got the 8 of the extra number in the form there of McNamara. He finds a teammate across left half back in Bailey Brown. Kicked a couple today, including the first goal of the game, to Lockie Shepherd as well. So just playing a bit of possession footy early here, Labrador. Sell some candy, that's right. Goes on the left foot on that occasion there. Along the boundary line of a 2-on-1. Here's Ecclesy here. Handballs back up the corridor. Puts his teammate under a bit of pressure. Ecclesy running again, just squeezes a handball out, looking for Rogers, bounces fortuitously for another teammate though, Archer's back. Kick up towards half forward again, looking promising here for Broadbeach. Can they keep the numbers around this contest now? Handball out, here's Munro. Munro up towards the goal square, comes off hands and goes through for a rush behind.
Geez, they had all the numbers there, the Tigers' defence. They probably had a 5-on-1. And great effort there by those half forwards for Broadbeach to get possession back and have a shot on goal. Unfortunately, couldn't kick the goal on that occasion.
Now Labrador playing strong across half back now. And McNamara, like the start to his quarter, hits the target. And Bailey Brown doing some things at both ends of the ground here, BB. Going back, couldn't quite take the mark here, was Lewis Payne, gets up to recover in time there to get the ball to Sullivan. Kick again there from Brown, up towards half forward on the opposite foot. Players go down. Utilising that number there.
Oh,
beautiful tackle.
Great tackle. Get a load of this, Chris. Watch this.
Bang.
Good night. Great effort there. And again, Jack Bowen. Great effort across half back. He's probably their best at the moment, the Cats.
Yeah, exceptional game that he's had today. Jed Riddle now. There's the ball up towards half forward to meet the sandwich here. Here's Kai Nichols, and he takes the mark, puts the ball up towards the top of the square. They all fall down. Right foot kick around the body. Bit ambitious there from Ezekiel. Bit of a chaos ball, but the old don't argue. Over the head there of Semler. Semler now. There we go. He's got an extra teammate there at on half back. And spots that Munro, who's covered the ground very well today.
If they move quickly, unfortunately, they had an open man there on the far side. Now he's decided to go down the line.
For the intended target there, I think it was Parks.
Great effort there by the Labrador backman. Closing speed was quite impressive, just to be able to punch the ball out of bounds.
They're doing that at both ends of the ground, aren't they? They're closing speed in their attacking half and defensive half.
No, you're definitely right there, Chris. As the ball gets thrown back in now.
Rucks contest again, right, handballs the ball back up towards the corridor for Labrador. Rogers gets his hand on the ball there for Broadbeach, back up towards the corridor again. Denny up towards centre half forward. Love a good one-on-one contest there. Umpire in perfect position now. And Labrador under siege, but they've got their confidence up. O'Brien gets the ball up here towards half back, directing traffic.
Oh.
There was Alex Riddle. Riddle, I should say.
Now that was just not necessarily Jonah Semler coming in late. Extremely late, didn't have to do that.
Right, pierces the ball inside the forward 50 there. Broadbeach with some numbers around this contest. Locking it up will be suitable for the Tigers. See, just there's that downfield incident there. As Broadbeach under siege across half back. Here's Semler. Just don't do anything silly that might take you out of the game for a bit.
Good luck marking that.
Kobe Cumming, though, was able to bring it down to ground. They do have numbers at ground level, which is a change of what we've seen in that first half. Ball here at ground level. Here's an opportunity. Would love a goal-scoring opportunity. Connor Robson. He'll get it downfield. He'll take it back.
Now, that was a whole raft of, I think missed opportunity is a good term to use. He got taken quite high, shirt-fronted almost by the Labrador defence, but he had a teammate running into an open goal, decided not to handball. He decided to grubber kick it. And in the words of Jason Dunstall, absolutely despise people trying to do that. And fortunately enough for him, he got another opportunity with the high shot.
He's recovered all right, Robson. Must kick this goal, and he's just missed. They needed that. Like we need oxygen to breathe, or we need footy on Saturdays.
Which one is it, the footy on Saturdays or the oxygen to breathe? Which one is it?
I'd probably take the footy just quietly.
This time of year, I'd probably agree with you.
Grand final football for sure is right. As the ball goes on his right foot across the outer side, finds his teammate there. Gets up quickly, finds his teammate. Just into the defensive side of the ground a little bit. Playing possession football, and they've done that a bit in this opening 5 or 6 minutes of the quarter.
No, it's that clean possession football though, which is probably the difference between the two sides at this stage.
Exley gets his hands on the ball on the outer side, finds a teammate by hands, back in ball to Exley. We demanded to get his hands on the ball. He's had about 5 or 6 touches here in this term alone. Arching the back nicely there. I think it was Kyle Reynoldsson. Or no, sorry, it was Bowen up towards centre half forward. Disappointing kick up towards half back. Mark taken there by Ryan Osking.
Just using different angles and not giving Broadbeach an opportunity to cut the ball off, which they did in the last 5 minutes of that second quarter.
I'm just seeing why Ecclesy is getting a lot of the kicks now, because he is playing that loose man in defence. Handball over the top now, just run to the ball. Robson. They've got some extra numbers here. Broadbeach. Howard over the top now to Crow. Beautiful work there. Howard was corralled. Working his way out nicely was Leonard Truman. Right foot kick back up to the corridor to Campbell Lake. Campbell Lake inside the forward 50 and a mark taken. Beautiful transition from one end of the ground to the other.
Geez, it's that transition footy. But again, Broadbeach have really lacked, and it happened in that first quarter, really lacked a marking target cross half forward. So they held up the ball a little bit too long, and the numbers for the Tigers just absolutely engulfed them, and was able to turn the ball over. And the transition from back to forward has been really impressive in the first half of this game.
Sam Mercer's got 13 goals on the board in season 2021, and he's got his second goal on the board today. He becomes the third player to kick double figures, and that is a dart through the heart there for Broadbeach.
And again, scores from turnover has been really damaging for Broadbeach in the first half and a bit of this game, and they're definitely going to have to work a lot harder in that department if they're going to get back into it.
Yeah, well, that efficiency up at half forward has cost them a lot of times. But they've been able to do the damage across half back, getting plenty of the ball, utilising that extra man. But you've said time and time again throughout the day, you sound like a broken record, but it's the reality of it too, is that when they go up to half forward, they've just been venomless, directionless.
If the ball hits the ground, the Tigers' defence have had the numbers around the footy. If the ball's in the air, they're playing in front, which is what a backman needs to do.
It's a shame this is a grand final, because Broadbeach, if you go back and look at the tape and just look at that half forward, it's been the same probably 70% of the time. Just Semler dances on a dollar, spins the ball up towards half forward. 2-on-1. O'Brien lays a good tackle there for Labrador. Kick squeezed out of there, up towards the corridor. Broadbeach now, good depth little tap there from Leonard Truman. And he's still going again, Leonard. Lays the tackle, and we'll see a ball up right on the paint of the 50 arc.
And it's been the story of the day, even looking at that replay there for the Cats. Just got to be cleaner than that. And it's a real... Coach would be pulling out his hair at this stage because they haven't been clean at all, even when they've had first possession of the footy.
Broadbeach now trying to lock the ball inside that forward 50. Right foot kick up towards over the head now. Here's a chance for Tonks. Right foot kick around the body, up and under. That's a very good pass. That was the plan all along, and Nick Tyson will have a shot at goal.
Now, even in that little passage of play, I don't know why. I believe it was Tonks on that occasion. He looked a handball backwards rather than snap and have a shot on goal, but Broadbeach have an opportunity now. Unfortunately, just offline for a behind. They really need to get another couple of goals on the board before three-quarter time if they have any chance to come back in this grand final.
Well, one goal inside the first 10 minutes of this third quarter. The old premiership quarter, as cliche as it is, it's proven to be beneficial here as the Tigers now handle into space like the flying V of the Mighty Ducks. Didn't work out for them there as Howard puts the ball up towards centre half back, and there he is again. Kano's just rolling his eyes.
Their back line has been really impressive in this grand final. And they're not having to do anything too spectacular, they're just doing their job, which unfortunately for Broadbeach, their forward line is really unstructured at the moment.
Yeah, well, Broadbeach's half forward line's just been decimated with getting into with confidence, really.
Exactly right.
Ball goes out towards the boundary line there. Seen out of bounds there from Jack Bowen.
Now, in comparison, Broadbeach's half back line has worked really well throughout the day, working for each other, running off when they need to, getting back in numbers to help their defence. Unfortunately, their forward line has really been non-existent up to this point, even though they've kicked 4 goals.
We just saw the replay there as well, Wright just get in the right position. He's been unstoppable today. Been sublime there, taking uncontested marks, contested marks, and he'll come into this play here because he is sort of playing that extra man, able to get some body on Tane Dawson. Mark taken here by Levi Fife. So Fife now for the Tigers. Inside the forward 50. Plenty of Broadbeach players around this one. They cannot give one away here. They haven't.
Now you had 3, probably the first real bad play of the day, really, for the Broadbeach backline. They had 3 blokes go off for the one ball, and not one of them got a hand on the footy. Very, very lucky indeed for the Tigers not to kick a goal there.
They're making all these mistakes on grand final day. It's quite remarkable. They're very simple mistakes that can be changed. As Ethan White working hard and tireless there for Labrador. Free kick by the outer zone umpire. And being part of the fraternity, Kano, I do get the tingles, excitement tingles when I see the outer zone umpire pay free kicks because I love seeing that teamwork.
Well, you'd like to think it is a team evenly spread workload for the umpires as well as these players today. And they haven't really done too much wrong, the umpires, which on occasion, depending on which team you support, you might not agree with. So as Labrador look to attack again.
Through Lake inside the forward 50 over the head of the target. There is Joshua Young, who's kicked a couple. You can talk about Young's game, that he just had that little 3 or 4 minute burst where he couldn't do a thing wrong in that second quarter, could he?
No, he kicked a couple of goals, and it's exactly what the Tigers needed. It was really when Broadbeach was starting to get back into the game. Broadbeach kicked a couple of goals really quickly themselves, and I've been really impressed by Young's effort. Actually, he's the one thing I've noticed. He's clean, he's not fumbling, and he keeps his feet, which is exactly what you want from a coach's point of view, especially for a key forward.
And then you look at, I guess, his teammate there, and it's the Batman to your Batman, really. Or you've got Nichols and you've got Young. They're both equally as good as each other.
Exactly right. And again, Labrador looking to attack. Broadbeach have got the numbers here at the moment. Good effort there by Rogers. Rogers has been pretty impressive as well in these opening 3 quarters.
In this third quarter, he sort of had to step up. Assembly's been a little bit quiet. I wouldn't be surprised if Assembly gets the ball here. Just like a sheepdog waiting for it. One player I'd like to see come into the game a little bit more after a dynamic first quarter is Harry Sullivan, number 12 there for Labrador. When he's got his hands on the ball, it's been really pleasing with his disposal. He's very courageous too, Harry, as Rogers lays the bump that sees the ball out of bounds. And we'll be thinking about, particularly over the last quarter, who some of the better players at. Obviously, we'll be making our own tips and predictions who might get the best on ground medal, and quite a, that'll be something we'll be thinking about over the next 25-30 minutes of play. As we know in football, anything can happen. As the Labrador trying to appeal for the free kick, not forthcoming there. Broadbeach under siege there in the defensive half of the ground, trying to work his way to the ground. Munro's been sensational at times. He's got plenty of opportunities wide here. Just got the handball away. Out to Lake. Handball's out to a teammate. All right. He is doing all the right things. Nothing wrong about his game here today. Lake's had a really good input as well. Inside the forward 50. Young was the intended target. Brings the ball to ground there. Takes one too high.
Oh, wants to go on with it here. I tell you what, if you're going to pick a fight, can you make sure you got at least one teammate around you? Because there were 4 Tigers there just waiting for him to do something stupid. As Broadbeach again under pressure, gets pinned on the ball. I tell you what, this bloke right here, the Labrador in Samuel Mercer, I'm pretty sure he's kicked a couple of goals in that first half. He's been really impressive for the majority of this game. And lining up for goal number 3, left foot snap from the boundary. I tell you what, it's kicked it straight out of the goal umpire's head. He can't do anything wrong in the opening 3 quarters. He's been really impressive. And to be honest, at this stage, he's probably one of the standouts.
He definitely is. Going on his left foot, it's simply magnificent as you look down on the replay. That's inspiring stuff there. Goes back. This is what you do at training all the time, isn't it? You just go back and do the old curl around the body. Forget the drop punt there, Kano.
Geez, from that pocket too, he was in the correct pocket for a left footer, but just had the confidence, maybe slight arrogancy to kick the snap from the boundary, and beautiful finish straight over the goal umpire's head, and takes them to a 34-point lead.
That's game high for them.
And we're played just a tick under 17 minutes into this third quarter.
2 goals to zip for the third quarter. The premiership quarter, telling the cliche as it is the premiership quarter in this case here, as the young umpire will redo proceedings there. First quarter saw 5 goals. The second quarter saw 7 goals. So with only 2 goals for this quarter, all going to the Tigers, probably should see a shortened quarter. Here comes Campbell Lake. He's got better as this game has got on. Spears the ball inside the forward 50. Young was the intended target again. Over to the Sembler. Just get the handball away there from Lake. Spent it before he had it there. Was Bowen for Broadbeach. They've got some numbers around this contest. A free kick in the back. The outer central zone umpire in the perfect position here.
Geez, the goal umpire actually called for a free kick to Labrador then, and then realised, well, hang on, I'm pointing in the wrong direction, which was very good for Broadbeach, as they look to get the ball. And again, Tigers have just got numbers around the footy. Look at this. They're just hunting in waves at the moment, the Tigers.
He goes
right. Get the ball back right. You talk about impressive players. At this stage, I'd actually pick Wright as best on ground at the moment. His ruck work has been really impressive. In his midfield first use of the footy, and as we know, most attacking waves come from that first possession in the middle of the ground.
He's done some handy things across half-back. He's done it on the wing. He's done it on half-forward. The only thing he really hasn't done is he hasn't pushed deep. But his position hasn't needed to do that. He doesn't need to push deep back or deep forward. They've already got the artillery there.
Exactly right.
Not bad for a player that changed his number on us. Could have got more plugs in that first quarter. As Le Cuisine, it's French, I don't know. He has the ball across half back. Number 6 there for Broadbeach. Good to see some cultural diversity. Is here as Broadbeach now with a right foot banana. That was the best kick he probably could have done in that situation. Do a 2-on-1 scenario there in Ty Dawson. But again, well, Lake is stepping up. Lake again. Right foot kick up towards half forward. Big contest this one. Spent it before he had it. Labrador back up towards the corridor there. The mighty man with the mallet there in Kimpton inside the forward 50. Okay, I'm going to just grab these words and eat them because I just said before, Wright doesn't need to push deep forward. And he's doing just that.
I think he just decided to take a rest. And,
I'm going to go rest in the
and then
ball.
realised, oh geez, here comes the ball, and didn't have to move. Laced him out inside 50.
That's the first time that he's pushed forward all day. Has not gone this close to goal. Question of accuracy. It wasn't the best looking kick, but it's a premiership winning kick because that's the way the Tigers are heading. And he's got his first goal on the board for the day.
I can't speak high enough of this kid. Really impressive. And when you add, like we talked about a couple of minutes ago, goals scoreboard pressure with a goal, I tell you what, it's almost been the complete game up to this point for that young bloke and Nathan Wright.
Yeah, it's hard to argue if we were in the position now. It's only, and we're time on the third quarter, but he's been the standout. But another player that I've really liked, and I say it's a shame for Broadbeach as well because they've had some outstanding contributors, but Campbell Lake has also stepped up in this third quarter. Did some handy things in that first half, but it's just shaping up to be a complex performance. And you're right, Wright has pushed forward, and Lockie Howe's pushed into the ruck. Lockie Howe's one of the leading goal kickers in the comp. But it is three-quarter time here. 3 goals to zip in favour of the Tigers. We're at 40 points the margin. Kind of a big last quarter coming up.
No, definitely. And if the Cats are... And that's the thing, like